Hey everyone, it's your favorite plant powered people tuning in for day number 4 of our plant powered lifestyle. Just checking in and we're going to tell you how we feel. I'll start. I feel great.
How great? Like let's get a scale 0 to 10.
I see what you're saying.
Everybody says they're feeling great. Like where are you at?
I would say I'm at a 7.
So
I feel really good in my body. It's been a long week. Today's Thursday. It's been a long work week. So being plant powered this week, I think has really helped me kind of manage the stress level in terms of eating and
what do you mean by
mental
that?
stress.
What do you mean manage the stress?
So I find that sometimes, like, if work is kind of busy or there's a lot going on during the week, sometimes you kind of fall back into a comfort food or something that maybe makes you makes you feel great right now, but ultimately like doesn't make your body feel great. So this has been a really great way to being plant powered has been a really great way to kind of keep my body in check this week.
What'd you eat today?
So this morning I had our smoothie for breakfast, our green smoothie, which we talked about I think in day 1 or day 2. And then for lunch I had some quinoa with our vegan chili on top of it. So we talked about that the other day and have had that left over for a few days, and that's been awesome and really filling. And then as a snack I had some carrots and hummus. And then for dinner, well, you can tell about dinner.
Dinner was awesome. We found a nice little hipster, which is great, hipster vegetarian vegan spot right down the street called Mana Food Bar. If you live in Chicago, go check it out. Have a really great back bar area, really cool, really nice cocktails, wine, all that. But we got some really good food. We had some rice noodles that were really spicy, super tasty, as well as we had a vindaloo, which was kind of like an Indian dish, which Indian traditionally is vegetarian. So there's a lot of history there, a lot of tradition in cooking without animal-based products. So that was really good. And then we had these collard greens, which honestly we didn't know what they were when we ordered them, but that's kind of the fun of this whole thing, is just trying new interesting vegetables, and they turned out to be amazing. And so that was really good. But one thing really interesting that we learned throughout this whole process, it's kind of been how can we learn as much about this as well as the challenge. And so last night we watched a documentary called Forks Over Knives, which was all about kind of the health implications of eating a plant-based diet versus eating an animal food-based diet. And it was really, really interesting, the studies and the science behind how eating an animal-based diet actually accelerates cancer growth. It accelerates heart disease. And this is all animal products, not just red meat. That's another marketing scheme that the big industry tries to tell you, but it's dairy, it's eggs, it's everything. And there was a really interesting study from a professor at Cornell who actually showed that when you fed rats like just purely based animal protein, their cancer went up. But then if you stopped treating them with animal-based protein and gave them just strictly plant-based, their actual cancer cells went down. So not only can this
stop the growth,
exactly,
it
can actually decrease cancer cells within humans as well as animals. And so that was another whole component that we didn't even know when we started. And so that was super interesting, just to further our growth, which is something we want to help other people do. You don't need to go plant-based, but like try something new. Take a month of your hopefully 80-90-year life to try something new and pick up a book about it and try it for a month. It's pretty low stakes and could potentially, one, you're going to learn something cool. You're going to become more interesting, and hopefully it changes a little bit about whether your health or your fitness, or maybe it's just reading about jazz and then you become cooler because you know more about jazz than probably 95% of humans if you spend a month on it. So That's kind of been our whole main purpose. But we want to
all
show
about
you.
all about the learning. Definitely recommend checking out the documentary Fork Over Knives. But for now, we have an interesting question. So
What's in the vegan egg carton, guys?
So vegan eggs are a product that we received from our Thrive Market vegan starter kit, and as a substitute for eggs. So what we want to know is, what do you think it looks like?
Yeah, what do you think this looks like? And
pretty great packaging.
Great packaging.
Looks like an egg carton, but you'll be shocked to know what's inside. So
tune in
tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow. We're going to do one of those. Tune in tomorrow to see what's in the box. Oh, you can't see it. Bye.